Okay guys, I just wanted to do something. I kind of skipped ahead of this a little bit. I just wanted to get down to the boss and show you guys what's a good team to go bringing out against this guy, Ifrit. Mind you, I'm using a weapon that actually has quite the cooldown speed. As you can see, it has like 5-second cooldown speed. That's because it's fully ranked up. Yes, it only takes 5 seconds to max out. Now, Ifrit, I don't know whether if he's considered a demon or a... Okay, never mind, it's right there in his name. I am bringing along this team because I want to try something different from rather using our old little friend here who's always been on my listing of acceptable units. I believe her name is... Get how to pronounce her name. Mind you, he's horrible to actually magic. So you get 2 times the damage from doing magic. And a good way to actually damage him too is also to bring along this sword, which reduces defense by... I don't know, like I said, 10 seconds is a lot. 5 seconds is a really good lifesaver time, so... And it does a lot of damage, especially to this guy. Because it kicks in every, like, second, so you just keep hitting him with it. And be careful of Volcanic Knuckle, as you read there. You have to freeze him, or you have to stop him with the status ailment, or he will destroy your team in a matter of seconds. Or if you have good healers, you can support your team with, like if you can see me bringing in one healer with a bunch of 2 units of healing equipment, which could save your butts out there. Mind you, do be careful, he is very powerful. So... here, I'm not worried so much because I'm about to defeat him. Why am I not worried about him? Because this is just the easiest way I find to play him. This is actually my second team build. My last team had Perfect as instead of Tsar, but I thought it would be a good idea to actually try and put Tsar. Mind you, I didn't think it would be this well made instead of having to worry about healing and everything, but it turned out to be well at an advantage, especially since that sword does a little more damage than most common gears. Mind you, it has a 5-second cooldown thanks to all the upgrading I've been doing to it, so I'll show you it right now. Like I told you guys before, I suggest you do get these weapons. Look at that, 5 seconds, it's already maxed at limit broken and fully upgraded. And it reduces enemy's defense by 10%, but it's not the point about the 10%, it's the fact that it also does this as well. Increase damage to demons by 20%. I was actually trying to, as you can see, I failed epically when realizing it. Actually, it's smarter to put this on instead, because actually no, not even. Where is it? Oh, okay, so that's what it was. Oh, my apologies, guys. I think I know where it is. Hold on, here it is. If you guys remember, this cape as well is one of the most interesting gears out there right now. And oh man, wow, I can't believe the game did that to me. Okay, so I have to re-upgrade this? Really? Alright, so I had one that was fully maxed out, but yes, damage is increased. See this? This is what you really need in a unit. But it's not the point actually to do that. Sorry, it's probably my game is probably the most loudest thing right now. Oh, that's why. Just look at that. Media was all the way up. Alright, so I will be working on them still. Corsair, I would like to bring her as well again. But I would like to actually try to get you guys to see what you could use. So between Sar, some people actually have Herrick here. Most people might have Celia. And some people might have Arstella. It all depends upon what units. It all depends upon what units you have, rather than what units you should bring. Correction. Yes, that's right. All right. So if you all, most of you guys might have Silly right now by now. I suggest you bring her along. Why? Because she will constantly freeze him, which is something you need in there. You don't have to always stop him when he's about to activate his skill arts. I just suggest you do though, because it saves you a lot of time and it prevents him from constantly dealing damage to your entire team and killing you easily. Mind you, I also brought Herrick because I like the fact that he can also equip major damage gear. So you see, I'm using Bakuazan, the 5 Club Goku uniform. These gears are all supposed to support damage and increase my art gauge, meaning I can constantly cast art gauges over time. On Arstella, I put the Book of Agni, Burn Book of Agni for Sar. Sar builds up his art gauge per, through every time he uses a skill. So the more his skill is cast, the more quicker his art gauge can be used. You put the Divine Green Staff, Keon. Mind you, I'm not gonna actually use this weapon here, this gear here. The cloak, the Holy Cape Heroes cloak. Why? Because the fact is that just because it increases damage by 20% doesn't mean it's going to give me a good supportive role. I won't be saying, I don't know if people actually try using this gear at this time and point, but I like to think of the idea that it's not advisable to actually use that gear yet. But I said yet, meaning it still has a use. It could be good. But for now, I'm gonna stick down to two of the gears that you mainly want to have here. For one is Toy Sword Chartley. Chartley? I don't know how to pronounce that correctly. The second one is not Bakuazan. No, it's not. Actually, to be honest, what I would like you guys to actually try to get amongst all the gears to support yourselves is actually Treasure Blade Ride. Or here you go, Ice Wolf Blade. If you guys can get those two, those are pretty decent. Why am I suggesting summonable items? Because no matter how you look at it, summonable items are not going to be something you can always get. And it's something in my view that players should not have to, no, correction. People like me should advise stuff that are easier to obtain than harder to obtain. Such as summon Skeleton Wings. Skeletal Wings is actually pretty good in this fight. He increases damage from magic users. So you can get a good knockout with Herrick and Celia here. Herrick also doing magic damage, and Celia also doing magic damage. Mind you, I bring Celia and these two Fenrir's chest because I thought it was crest. I said chest. Crest I meant. But what was I calling at? Alright. But I didn't need to use it. I can't believe I didn't need to use it. I was surprised by that. But you guys might actually have to use it. Fenrir's Crest, as the name, as the skill incites. Yes, this is the whole reason why I'm bringing it along, is because it's good for water-based units. With the fact that it heals over 1,000 plus multiplier of times 1.5. if equipped it to a water unit, which makes this really good for this kind of team. But beyond that, as you can see, I'm already there. All my units are limit broken to max 5. I actually, as you know, I am a pay to play. Yeah, this is kind of embarrassing to admit. Not really embarrassing, but a little bit awkward. Alright, so beyond that, if you guys actually have... So, you guys might not have your units at my level, right? You might not have skeletal wings be able to equip Cecilia. Well, instead of doing that, and you might not even have a 3-star base gear for the third last slot, which doesn't matter actually. A good weapon here is actually if you don't have, yeah, that makes no sense. Okay, give me a second. There is not a lot of good good magic gears out there yet. We will eventually get them. I gotta admit it. There hardly are any good ones, and you do not bring any weapons that add burn. Why? It will make the boss stronger. It will cause a lot more of a hassle than an easy way to defeat him. Anything with fire damage in it is off limits, guys. Make sure you remember that. It is completely off limits. Why? Because, like I said, it will increase his cast speed, and will cause him to increase his art gauge cast speed as well, making him a whole lot more difficult to defeat. Mind you, he's already difficult to defeat as it is. So here goes I'm gonna actually run this on auto, see if I can defeat him without me having to touch a button. I included food before, so actually this time I'm gonna actually add in something else. Let's give it a look. Let's see, we have here, let's give it the ribs. The ribs are constantly in my inventory. Mind you, I like to do my dailies every day, so if you guys see me out there, go ahead and join. I have no problems adding you guys in, depending if you guys have the right stuff to get in. Correction, I like to always bring a luck team, so I'm usually running things on luck. But do mind the fact that I'm working towards trying to provide you guys with the best helps and tips. Oh, and yet there is also the fact that you get gear from this event, which is very powerful. I would advise trying to get the gear right now while he's available, because he is very handy for this kind of thing. Correction, his gear is actually just like Senketsu over here. It block and negates all damage. Oh, and as you guys know, I've been making this mistake while not letting it auto. Sar is still very good for this, because the fact that his art gauge, stacks. I keep forgetting about that detail. I realized that in my attempt to let it auto by itself, Sar will not be using his art gauge at all. But it makes it a lot more enjoyable to see that my team is actually doing damage without my control of it. This is the one thing I hate about Ifrit, is that the fact that he actually activates his art, that ability there, making him even more difficult, which kind of annoys me most of the time. So, I'll leave it to you guys to watch the rest of this video. I won't be saying much. I'm just gonna enjoy watching my team work hard to defeat this boss here. Herrick, like I said, is good for this battle because of the fact that he actually boosts his, he actually can freeze enemies without having to actually use an art or abilities. So it comes in handy to have him around. So make sure you bring, if you have Herrick, bring him along. And good luck to you guys out there. Have fun, enjoy, and just enjoy the show. That was interesting to watch. Personally, I did enjoy watching that myself. But, as I said, Ifrit's not an easy boss to defeat. The only reason I was able to defeat him so easily is because that's how my team works. I would not actually... Now that I got this, I will mention... This is actually my first time getting it, surprisingly. How should I say this? That weapon is not a good relic to obtain. Correction. It is only good, and it's only considered good if your team actually increases its own damage when they are set on ablaze. That's the only time when that gear is actually quote unquote good. In my book, I don't really consider it a good weapon. Because, yeah, well, it damages my own team and sets them on fire. Yeah. I don't want to be having my team set on fire with my own gear. So, there you guys have it. I hope you guys do just as great as I did. If not, even better. I look forward to your comments, and if you guys need any tips or other advice, let me know. I look forward to helping. And have a nice day.